Hello and welcome back everybody to another World of Warcraft gold farming video. So in this video we're going to be doing quite a unique farm. We're going to be farming the trash in Blackwing Lair, and this is going to be similar to my Naxxramas farm and my ICC farm, and you'll see why in a bit. But before we do anything, I just want to make it clear that you have to be a class that can do ranged AoE. So for example, a mage can do blizzard, a hunter can do multi-shot, and for example I'm a druid, I can use hurricane or starfall. You definitely want that, and you want to be a class, or you want an item or something, a way of dropping aggro, and this is really important. If you don't have this, then you won't be able to do this, so I'm sorry about that. Not every class can do it. I'm a druid and druids usually can't do that. However, I am a night elf and I do get shadow meld, and that allows me to drop combat, but I'll talk more about that when we get to the root of this farm. But basically Blackwing Lair, I'm sure most people know where it is. It's in the Burning Steppes in Blackrock Mountain, and it's located here. You don't need to be attuned to get into this anymore, but you have to click on this orb, and then here you go. So here we are in Blackwing Lair. I've already cleared all the trash and all the bosses up to where we're going to be farming, so don't worry about that. This boss can be tricky, this first boss. I think his name is Razorgore. If you don't know how to do it, it will be tricky, so I'd recommend looking up some guides on YouTube or on the internet to find out how to do it, or get a friend to do it with you. It's much easier with two people. But I'll be explaining the process on the way there. It is quite complicated, so be sure to listen carefully. So now we've established only specific classes can do this, like mages and hunters and anyone with shadow meld and stuff, for example. But you also want tailoring. It's not completely mandatory. However, Runecloth does sell decently on most servers, and it will add up to a few extra 100 golds per hour at the end. So tailoring is nice since it gives you a perk called cloth scavenging. You don't have to have max tailoring. I only have 450 tailoring, and you can pick this up from the tailoring trailer in Dalaran. I don't remember what his name is, but you can easily pick that up. It's a quest you can do, and it basically triples or doubles your cloth yield from this, which is nice. Another thing, let's see. Yeah, let's get into the root of this farm actually. Let me hurry up and get there. So basically we're going to be farming the trash here, and we're going to be using, let me call it clever use of game mechanics to basically reset the trash mobs. And so it's going to be similar to a Naxxramas farm, but it's actually different this time. We're going to be ordering it from inside the instance. You don't have to get outside, you don't have to reset the instance or whatever. So basically these guys, these Death Talon Overseers, these are sort of like a spawn hub for these smaller mobs, and they're not here now because I've killed them. But basically when you lose aggro, you can kill these mobs that it spawns, and when you lose aggro, these Overseers will reset, and they will respawn all these mobs. And these mobs are lootable, and they are humanoid, which is nice since you do get cloths from humanoids. So what I do is I pull these Death Talons. Make sure you do not kill these. I accidentally killed one that was here. I was trying to test out with Moonfire works on them, and apparently they do take spell damage. Some people say they don't take spell damage, but these spellbinders don't take spell damage, but these Death Talons do. So be sure not to kill those. I have two methods of farming this on my druid. If you're another class like a mage, it's very simple. I think they are immune to Arcane Explosion, so you can just spam Arcane Explosion. And if you're a hunter, you can use what is it called, multi-shot, or whatever that skill's called, and you can use Feign Death to drop aggro. But basically, since these mobs are not here, I just shadow meld, and I lose aggro, and these guys should start running away from me. There you go. And as you can see, these mobs here, they just magically appear, and these are the guys that we're going to be focusing on. So what I do is, not bear form, cat form, I just run up to them like this. So I have a window of 2 minutes to do this in, and each run or each pull usually takes about a minute and a half. So I don't like going too fast, since I will have to wait 20 to 30 seconds at the end, but it will become clear when I get to that point. So what I basically do is I pull these guys, here. You can sacrifice one just to pull them, like you can Moonfire one and they'll come towards you. But as you can see, there's a bunch of mobs here. Also, another thing I like to do is I like to set focus, and I'll explain why in a second when I kill these guys. But just pull everything. You don't have to go too fast, since you do have 2 minutes if you're a druid or if you are a night elf. So basically, yes, I pull all of these guys here, and then I run around the corner. And then I basically just wait. Any corner will do. All you want to do is you want to separate these Overseers from these range mobs. So basically what I do now is I make sure not to kill these Overseers. Don't right click them, as you will kill them. And you basically just hurricane or use your AoE abilities on the guys at the back. And this will basically kill all the guys at the back. And it will keep these guys alive. And then once you finish doing that, let me go out of cap form actually. Oh look, there are a few mobs here. Let me just kill these ones. So you actually have to be really careful not to kill these overseers, as if you do kill them, you will have to wait till next week. And actually I forgot, I should take off my staff. Let me take this off, yeah, here we go. Since I usually take off my staff, since I have accidentally hit one of these guys before when I'm trying to loot. But to avoid this, you can use an item called Findle's Looterang, and you can pick this up from the auction house. It cost me about 100 gold, so this basically just loots everything around you. And you don't have to right click these mobs, so there's no risk of actually accidentally attacking them, which is nice. So I've got all the loot now. As you can see, this is the loot I got. 66 rune cloth from one pool is very nice. So basically my shadow meld is off cooldown, and I basically shadow meld. I'll drop aggro of these guys, and they run back. And here you go, everything's reset. Now I'm going to show you another method I use to do this. I have to take off all my gear for this. And this is quite an effective method, however it can be risky sometimes. Oops, let me take off all this gear. I think there is an add-on to help me take off all this gear in one click, but too lazy to find that. Okay, so once all this gear is off, I'm going to show you the second method I use with my druid. Now of course you have to be druid, but this time it's going to be Starfall. Again, you can do this as another class, but you have to have those two components, the AoE and the resetting mobs. There might be items that can reset aggro, but I'm not really sure about those. If you do know any items, just put a comment in the description and I'll be sure to leave an annotation. It'll be very useful to some people. For example, my paladin has a ranged AoE, but it can't drop aggro, which is the issue. But yeah, so basically I just do the same again. I pull these guys. Also, another thing is these warlocks. Where are they? These warlocks, they do summon these fel guards, and these fel guards, they don't drop anything. If you kill them, they just disappear. But they will keep spawning indefinitely. So if you hold aggro onto these guys for too long, so if your shadow mode is off cooldown and you're holding them for too long, these fel guards will keep spawning non-stop. And if you're low level, like level 80 or 85 or something, they could kill you. So just be aware of that. But with the second method, what I do is I pull them around the corner again. It doesn't matter which corner, you just have to separate the melee mobs from the ranged mobs again. And actually you don't need to do that necessarily. So this is why I put focus. So when I Starfall, I'm naked as well, so I won't do too much damage. It will do enough damage within 10 seconds to kill the trash mobs, the ones that I want to kill, but it won't do enough damage to kill the overseers, as you can see, since they have more health. And these spellcasters are immune to all spell damage. So there you go. But the only issue with this farm is, or this method is, these warlocks do survive. And as you can see, they are spawning a bunch of fel guards. And they won't go away until you reset aggro. So, and then I can reset aggro. Sometimes these guys, when you reset aggro, they instantly regain their aggro on you for some reason. I don't really know why that happens, but it does. And that shouldn't really be an issue. The trash mobs will still respawn. So let me loot this guys again. Get a bunch of rune cloth, which is nice. So those are the two methods I use for my druid. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've covered. So I guess if you're another class, then you're just gonna have to figure out yourself. Druids, I don't think druids were possible until recently, since you have to be a night elf. But sorry, Horde, you don't have an OP ratio like Shadow Mod. I guess that's the end of the explanation part of the video. So let's get into the gold breakdown. So I farmed this for 20 minutes, and in 20 minutes from raw gold, I got 7 gold in total. From vendor trash, so grazed and food items, gems and stuff, basically what I didn't need, was 3 gold in total. I vended the blues and purples because disenchanting those will, the stuff that they disenchant to don't sell very well. So I just vended those, and that was 53 gold in total. I got 5 thorium lockboxes, and I don't have a rogue, but if you pick lock those, you can get about 1 or 2 greens, and that's usually worth 10 gold each, depending if you disenchant or vendor those, and that came up in total 50 gold. I got 1 5 of Beasts card, so those cards that you can use, and I sold that for 52 gold in the auction house. I got 1,167 rune cloth, which sold for 32 silver each, and that's for a total of 373 gold. If you're not a tailor, you will get a bit less than that, so keep that in mind. In total, I got 31 greens out of this farm in 20 minutes, and I disenchanted those into 54 illusion dust, which sold for 5 gold each at 270 gold in total, and 23 greater eternal essences, which sold for 9 gold and 85 silver each at 227 gold in total. So in total, in 20 minutes, I made 1,035 gold, and per hour that will come up to 3,105 gold. So of course there are a bunch of transmogs that drop here, and to know which transmogs are worth anything, you can use an add-on called the Undermine Journal add-on, or you can just type in the name of the item into the Undermine Journal website, and it will basically check the global prices, EU prices, US prices, median, mean, all of that. And basically if you see an item worth, for example, like a green worth 10,000 gold, for example, it probably isn't worth that much. However, it does tell you that it might be worth something. So just check your auction house and just put it up there, and it might sell, it might not. It's just a bonus, of course. But even without the transmog items, you will still get a steady stream of 3,000 gold an hour. And the only issue with this farm is not all classes can do it. But I kind of like this farm. This is a very nice farm. Again, I did kill one of those packs by accident in the beginning, so you should probably get a bit more than that, maybe 3.5k or something an hour, which is nice. But this is a very unique farm, very exciting farm. I like doing these kind of videos. So like and favorite if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more gold guides like this from me in the future. And until next time, guys, bye.